50 cents. People recognized something was wrong as soon as the Netflix documentary about Diddy was released. There were many gaps in the narrative, particularly with regard to Diddy's mother, Janice Combs. What was removed from the final edition is darker than anyone anticipated. It's clear from the deleted sequences and footage that have appeared online that Janice wasn't merely supporting her kid. It is possible that she was the one who initially created the monster. After watching this documentary, the majority of people commented, "We already knew this stuff. This is nothing new." They were correct, too. The document omitted the most crucial details while displaying surface-level information. Even though Jay-Z and Beyoncé are frequently mentioned in relation to Diddy, they were hardly mentioned at all. However, this is what really caught my attention. Diddy's mother, Janice Combs, had perhaps 5 minutes of screen time. 5 minutes! He was reared by this mother, who was present from the beginning. People began to inquire, why did she play such a minor role? What details ended up on the floor of the cutting room? We will discuss that topic today, because the true story is revealed in the material that was left out of the documentary. We'll delve into the sequences that were removed, the footage that has surfaced again, and the shocking testimony that Netflix didn't want you to see. You'll see why so many people think Janice Combs knew everything that was going on at the end of this film, I promise. I mean everything, too. Let me give you some background information so you can see why this is important before we get into the serious stuff. A few details regarding Janice were shown in the documentary, but not nearly enough. Her statement was, to be honest, outrageous.
Came out defending him. She made a comment saying that Diddy is not a monster.
Yeah, he not a monster. She is. But I don't want to go there. But she is. She's the fucking monster. Everything in her fucking name. She's the monster. She created that, and y'all gonna see on that Netflix. Y'all just check it.
His mother issued this lengthy statement following Diddy's arrest and the revelation of all these accusations. Here's the problem, though. She wasn't standing up for Diddy. She was protecting herself. In essence, Janice was claiming, hey, I'm not an abusive parent like the documentary makes me look. She spoke of being a dedicated single mother who loved her children, but she hardly addressed the question of whether Diddy truly committed the alleged crimes. Her primary goal was to clear her own name. One particular thing that she denied was really intriguing. This terrible incident occurred at City College in New York back in 1991. The place became quite crowded when Diddy was promoting a celebrity basketball game. A rush claimed 9 lives. It was awful. Kirk Burroughs, a co-founder of Bad Boy Records, claimed to have seen something startling immediately following this. He said that because his mother questioned his choices, Diddy slapped her during this period. In her statement, Janice explicitly refuted this. It never happened, according to her. However, as you'll see, many of the people who knew Diddy at the time have rather different accounts. Additionally, allow me to briefly introduce you to Janice. When Diddy was just 2 years old, his father, Melvin Combs, was killed. As a result, Janice reared him alone. She has consistently claimed that she supported the family by working 3 jobs. One position was that of a teacher's assistant. Another was allegedly modeling, but there aren't many images to support that. The third job, however, is where things truly go wrong. In a moment, we will discuss that. The point is that Diddy was raised in a particular setting, and a number of people who knew the family claimed that his upbringing influenced every aspect of who he became. Now let's discuss what you weren't shown in the documentary. I take it that Janice defended Diddy in the documentary. However, some people don't buy it at all. Freddie P is his name, and he was previously attached to Diddy's label. Freddie P prepared his own video in response to Janice's statement, and he didn't hold back.
You had any issues with her?
I don't like her. I ain't ever had no issues with her. I just don't like her. I don't like her.
Why you don't like her? You personally, why you don't
Because she
like
got my motherfucking money. That's why. That's why I don't like her.
Freddie P basically said that while
In essence, Freddie P stated that although Janice claims that Diddy is not a monster, she is the one who produced him. He said that she was present for the entire alleged incident. Despite witnessing everything, she took no action to stop it. According to Freddie, Her attempt to defend Diddy at this point is pointless, since her own character is too flawed. Nobody would take it seriously if a criminal attempted to defend another criminal. Because Freddie isn't just a random individual speaking, this hit is unique. For years, he collaborated closely with Diddy. He had a clear message because he observed how the family functioned behind closed doors. Take a peek at Diddy's mother to understand the source of his behavior. Let's now discuss Gene Deal. If you've been following this case, you're aware that Gene used to be Diddy's bodyguard. Even before Cassie's case was made public, he had been criticizing Diddy's actions for years. Additionally, Gene revealed some shocking information about Janice Combs that was left out of the documentary.
Agency, and it was alleged that it was also ladies of the night, a prostitution ring too, or these ladies was doing things other than modeling. So the apple don't fall far from the tree. Yeah. So now you gotta understand this, and looking at her and some of the stuff that he was saying, and their relationship has changed since I knew them.
Gandil claims that Janice's modeling agency wasn't actually a modeling agency. He claimed that it was purportedly a prostitution network. Allow me to reiterate that, a prostitution ring that poses as a modeling agency. Gan clarified that Diddy did not pick up his behavior from his father, who passed away when Diddy was quite young. His mother taught him this. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, Gene stated bluntly. In other words, is it really shocking that Diddy was charged with trafficking since Janice was allegedly involved in this kind of activity? This is a family trait. However, it becomes much more bizarre.
Talking about that his mother could take her palms and bend over and put them down on the floor. Not bend over, but she could stand straight up and put her palms on the floor, bruh. He's saying that about his mother. Who describes any of their mother action like that in a sexual way? And then, you know, I don't know how many dudes do kiss their mother in their mouth.
Gene Deal described how Diddy used to use bizarre language when describing his mother. In one piece of footage, for example, Diddy talks about his mother and says she can place her palms flat on the ground. He's boasting about her adaptability. Who talks about their mother like that? Gene asked. Diddy's description of it seemed sensual. It didn't feel right. A typical son wouldn't discuss his mother in this way. Their entire relationship seemed strange. Gene also brought up another aspect.
Is not age appropriate, and I know some women gonna say, how she supposed to dress? She can dress whatever she want to. Now listen to me, man. Nah, I ain't gonna have my mama around my friends or nobody with some come me drawers on and talking about, you know, she my mama. I don't give a shit. I ain't gonna be talking about my mama is bending over, putting her palms on the floor.
Gene stated that although he is unable to provide evidence that Janice attended the freak-off parties, he is certain that she was aware of them. Why? Due to Janice's constant presence. She attended the standard gatherings. She had a significant role in Diddy's life and company. Gan said that she would dress in these extremely revealing, age-inappropriate clothes. He stated that he wouldn't want his own mother to dress that way in front of his pals. It simply wasn't correct. The entire atmosphere was strange. All right, so there are certain videos on the internet that have been the subject of intense analysis. You may learn everything there is to know about Janice and Diddy's relationship from these excerpts, which were not included in the documentary. The IV drip video comes first.
Love you too. I knew baby.
Mine freshly dipped though.
See you see you back to get
I was trying to show the truth. Yeah, my mom's is single. Mom's single. I ain't gonna hate on my mom's. She's single. Me and my mom talked about one time doing a dating show with her. But she's so picky. She's so picky, they don't stand. But yeah, that'd be the funniest show in the world.
it will be. Especially with me.
I don't even want to get started when she was doing that. We're not doing that. But yeah, my mom's single. Yeah, for real. Bon Duke might have a good time. Cause he ain't sitting in the house playing. He outside moving and shaking, baby. She come with me to strip club. I don't care. For real. It's my dog. You know, I want to live life. Be out here moving and growing. My mom told me, she just said, keep moving, baby.
That's right.
Keep moving. She
Don't stop.
She could touch the floor with her palms. You know?
Flat.
Flat. Oh.
Gene stated that although he is unable to provide evidence that Janice attended the freak-off parties, he is certain that she was aware of them. Why? Due to Janice's constant presence. She attended the standard gatherings. She had a significant role in Diddy's life and company. Gene said that she would dress in these extremely revealing, age-inappropriate clothes. He stated that he wouldn't want his own mother to dress that way in front of his pals. It simply wasn't correct. The entire atmosphere was strange. Alright, so there are certain videos on the internet that have been the subject of intense analysis. You may learn everything there is to know about Janice and Diddy's relationship from these excerpts, which were not included in the documentary. The IV drip video comes first.
You Dapper Dan about Diddy?
I haven't seen that one. Please.
They ran into Dapper Dan in Harlem and they asked him what he thought about what was going on with Diddy and if he knew Diddy. And I love Dapper Dan for this. He said, I grew up with his parents. He said, and what's going on with him has been going on long before him. Now, his father was a government snitch and a bad actor in the criminal world altogether. But there's whispers in the streets of Harlem that Diddy's mother isn't alive. Not his biological mother, but that woman is his aunt.
Whoa.
There are whispers.
Wait a minute.
There are whispers.
Diddy and his mother are shown in this video receiving IV treatments while seated next to each other. They're behaving as though it's completely typical, just staying hydrated or something. Here's the problem, though. Diddy's freak-off parties were so intense that attendees would require IV treatments afterward, according to court documents from his lawsuit. People would faint and become exhausted. You have to ask yourself, where did they just come from when you witness Diddy and Janice receiving IV simultaneously? The timing is dubious. It's a questionable context. Simply said, it raises a lot of questions. And there's the video of the kiss. People were uncomfortable with this one. Wow. Diddy gives his mother a kiss on the lips in the video. And I'm not referring to a fleeting kiss. It takes a long time. It's strange. In the video, he also discusses how his mother is unmarried and in need of a man. That's your mom, dude. Why do you speak that way? But hold on. Things get worse. You can tell that Janice is wearing white nail polish if you watch the video closely. You're aware that Diddy explicitly required women to wear white nails during freak-offs if you have read Cassie's case. He wants a contrast between their skin and the white. What is the reason behind his mother's identical white nail polish? It's unsettling, but I'll let you make the connection on your own. Additionally, pictures have come to light. In these photos, Diddy is standing next to Janice, who is dressed in extremely skimpy clothing and appears to be heading to a club. The question, why is a mother dressing like this? Why does she resemble one of Diddy's girlfriends rather than his mother? It just isn't typical. This is the part of the story where things turn truly dark, and the documentary totally disregarded it. Some unsettling details about what life was like in Janice's home have been revealed by people who knew Diddy as a child. Diddy's childhood pal claims that Janice used to host crazy parties at their house. Furthermore, these weren't typical gatherings. Adults would be engaging in open sexual relations. Children would unintentionally enter rooms and witness naked individuals having sex. At Janice's, this Saturday night was like any other. Can you imagine growing up that way? Can you imagine being exposed to adult sexual activity all the time as a young child? You become messed up by that. You are altered by that. According to Diddy's acquaintance, everything that is currently going on with Diddy stems from his early years. He stated, "I don't know exactly why Diddy turned out this way, but I truly believe it all goes back to what he saw as a kid." To be honest, that makes logic. Naturally, your perspective on relationships and consent as an adult will change if you were raised in a setting where sex is commonplace, boundaries are non-existent, and your own mother is supposedly bringing clients home with her. Speaking of unsettling, Cassie made an accusation that is so repulsive that I almost didn't want to mention it, but it's crucial to comprehending how chaotic this entire situation is. According to Cassie's testimony, Janice had a unique macaroni and cheese recipe. By special, I mean that she would keep a jar of Diddy's bodily secretions in the refrigerator and pour it over the macaroni and cheese as if it were extra cheese. She would then bake it, serve it to Cassie and Diddy, and then consume it herself. I apologize, but that isn't typical. That isn't love from a mother. Perversion is what that is. It's sick. Additionally, it demonstrates the extent of this family's dysfunction. Someone was attempting to alert us before Diddy was even taken into custody. He's a legend in Harlem and goes by the name Dapper Dan. He didn't hold back when reporters questioned him about Diddy.